program. Okay. Now, what? Let's say this is one example, ATM or main bank account example. Let's say this all together is having 10,000 lines of code. Let's say some cases, due to some reasons, one of the functionality failed. Let's say if it is going to fail the update module, this functionality here somewhere some perform statements are there, some compute statements are there, display statements are there. One of the statement got failed and due to some reason. So this entire program is getting impacted. Even though one small dot or small display line also failed also, the entire program will not function. Okay. This is one drawback if I have the major one big program. Okay. So, and while coding also, let's say this is a very big program. If I start coding, it will take 20 days or 30 days because I need to verify the functionality. If I have any doubts, I will raise the queries and get it clarified from the client. So clients will not available. On that case, we have to set up the calls and we should send so many mails, follow-ups. Then these are all called the requirements. So for clearing the requirements itself is taking so much time. So client side also, one guy is one guy is responsible for all the updates and edit modules. One guy is responsible for just for inquiry module. So we have to catch those guys and get it clarified. It will take a lot of time. If he is working, one guy means it is taking coding itself is taking a lot of time and testing is taking a lot of time. These are the drawbacks. Okay. Instead of that, what will do, what the companies, all the project manager, what architecture will do means. So now I am going to split the functionality. So instead of that, what I am going to do, I'm for inquiry module, just I will create the one driver module here. So let's say this is my driver module. In this driver module, what I am going to do, let's say user enter account number and he is looking for inquiry means simply I am going to say I will create sub programs. This is called the subroutines. This is the sub program. One is for inquiry. Okay. Next subprogram 2 for withdrawal. So subprogram 3 for update module. So this is the withdrawal, this is the update module, and subprogram 4 for some report kind of thing. So based on the user options, so I will diversify. Let's say here we are going to use the call function. Call, if I am going to say subprogram 1, whenever user want to inquiry means, so in this driver program, I'm going to use call function here. Call subprogram 1 means what it will do, my control will go to subprogram 1, it will do the inquiry, all the things, and it will send back the control here. Let's say if I am going to withdrawal means I am going to call the subprogram 2. If user want to withdrawal means I am going to call the subprogram. So my control will go here and it will do some withdrawal and then coming back. Like that. Here this driver program just to 5, 6 or max 20, 100 lines only there. So this it will diversify. So here what the main program is just based on the user's request, it is calling the different sub programs. It is also called as a subroutines. So here let's say for example update module failed means only this update part only it will impact. Rest of the program is working. So for inquiry, for withdrawal, for report, all functions are working. Only this is having some problem. If anybody want to update, then only the program will impact. Other 3 cases, it is going to work it. So this is the subprogram main program concept. If I have the complex functionality, if I want to subdivide with different small functions, then I can go with subprogram main program concept. Here the advantage is, let's say I am a senior member, I am going to work on the driver module. So all the juniors and freshers, I am giving sub modules, small programs. I can give it to other team members. Once they complete, I can consolidate and I can test in the main program. So instead of 1 person will work 1 month, so 4 persons I can work in the 1 week itself. We can complete this task. Testing also. So each person will test separately their sub program, and Consolidated, we can test in the main program. Okay, this is the major advantage of subprogram called as the subroutines. It will be used for complex functionality. That is one thing. Second thing is the reusability. Let's say same banking program. Let's say I'm working for ICICI project. What in the ICICI? So let's say this month end they are going to calculate the tax for the employees. In ICICI, for example, they are having across the India 1,000 branches are there. Each branch is having one employee detail. Each branch is having employee details. Let's say each branch around in the city, like in the Bangalore or Hyderabad or Chennai, each branch is having around 1,000 or 100 employees are there. What it will do? So for each and every employee, they are going to calculate the tax. This tax will include some. It is include some local, state-wise taxes also there. Or it is having the One India One Tax plan. Each and every employee having tax calculations are there. Finally, they are going to create the consolidated report for each and every employee. For tax calculation is same for all the employees. Let's say 1,000 files I am getting. Each branch I am getting one separate file. So each file calculation, let's say Hyderabad people tax calculation, Chennai people tax calculation, Bangalore tax calculation, etc., etc. Like that, 1,000 main branch files I am getting. So their gross salary is there, their demographic details are there, their savings are there, their expenses are there, their bonus part is there, everything is there. Finally, using so I'm going to calculate the tax and I will give the net salary for them at end of the month or end of the year. Okay. Here calculating the tax. So for each and every program, let's say I'm going to include the tax functionality, like 200 lines of code. I'm going to include each and every program. I have the total 10,000 programs are there. Each and every program, I'm going to include these 200 lines for tax calculation alone. This is common. So instead of writing each and every program, these 200 lines of tax calculation, what I am going to do, I will create one sub program or subroutine with all the tax calculation information. Separately, I am going to create these 200 lines. Okay, these 200 lines of code I am going to write separately. Then in this 1,000 program, simply I am going to say call this tax program. Whenever I want, simply I am going to say call call tax program is. So this is the reusability. The same program I can use in the 1,000 programs also. Same sub program I can use in the 1,000 main programs. Wherever I want, simply I can pass some values and I can call the tax subroutine. So it will calculate the net tax and it will send back my response. The same program I'm going to reuse in the 1,000 modules. Here I'm going to use the reusability. For reusability purpose, I'm going to use the subroutine. Like any other programming language, this subprogram, main program concept will be there. Okay, and one more advantage of subprogram, main program concept is, let's say we are using the COBOL. COBOL is the programming language we are using. Okay, in the mainframes, mostly we are using the 99%. COBOL is the programming language, whereas my subprogram, either I can use in the COBOL or I can use some other language also. Not only COBOL, I can use some other language also. Subroutines, I can use the SQL also. So SQL similar to stored procedure. So I can use some. So PL1 is any very old language used in the mainframes. So PL1 is there. So EG3 or something like that. Some other language also I can use subroutines and I can call from my main program. So the advantage of subroutines is, so for complex functionality, we can split into different small tasks. Second thing is the reusability of the code. If I create the subprogram, whoever is having access